Hi friends, today I'm going to show you how we use Redux state management within the React script. So now I am using the Code Sandbox online tool for editing this React implementation. So for this, I am already imported one dependency, that is React Redux. I am importing one more Redux, which is used to manage our React state. This one. So now I'm going to explain you how Redux state used in the within the React with simple counter management application. So let's get started. So first I'm taking one file, that is components. No, this is for our app container, app container dot js. So here I'm using one arrow function like const return. Now I am exporting this component. Okay, I'm importing this app within our main component, like I'm removing this code, previous code. Okay, now I'm placing our component like app container. Okay, now I have to import this one. Import. Okay, so within our component I am using two things. First one is one head to tag to display the count, which contains count. So within the codes we are displaying our count, and one more is button, which is used to increment our count. Increment count. Okay, now we start with our actual Redux implementation. So I'm taking one folder here, which contains our components. Okay, within the components I'm using three states, one Redux file, which contains our Redux state, Redux, and within the components I'm taking one store. Actually this could be our actual state in our React. Okay, now I'm going with the Redux one. So within the Redux I'm creating three files. One is for action types. We have to define some actions to our components. So first one is action types, action types .js, and second one is actions, actions, and third one is state, actual reducer. um, reducer. So dot js. Yeah, these are the things. First, I will going to define the action types. First, I am exporting this action const. What is our action is increment the count. So just increment. So action define like increment. Okay, action type is done. So now we are importing this action types within our actions. So just import. What is our action? Increment from what is from action types. Okay, so now I am creating action for that reducer. So what is our action? When I click on the button, it will increment our count. So for that I am creating one function const of const um, do this like do increment count, do increment our count function. It will return one type. What is our type here? Increment. And we send one payload here. Payload. What is our payload? We have to increment the count with 1. So this is our payload. Okay, I am exporting this one here. This function we are using in the store after wrapping. So now I have created action types and actions. So now I go to the reducer. Here we are creating the reducer here. So here also same, I am importing the same increment constant. Action types. So now I'm creating one reducer const reducer. So now let's discuss about this reducer, how we are using. So actually reducer accept two parameters. One is a state, another one is action which is we have to perform on the state. So state we have to implement now. So initially our state is starting with 1. So initial state. So our state contains count of initially 0. So I am passing this state to our initial state. Okay, our state is ready. So now I am performing some actions here. So first one is I am taking switch statement. So action dot type. So we are getting one type from actions. So that is first case. If action dot type is increment, we have to return something here. What we have to return? We have to return like our count we can be incremented. State dot count plus action dot payload. So our state can be incremented by action payload what we are passing in the actions. So if the case is not matching, so we have to return default return state. Okay, now I am exporting this reducer to use in the state store. export default reducer. Okay, so now we have defined action types, actions and reducers. So now we implement the store, actual store we are using. So go to the store. So for this, first I am importing create store. Create store. This is one package from which provides by the Redux. So we can use here from Redux. Yes. So now I am creating the store. Store of create store. Yeah. So actually this store accepts our reducer to manipulate the state. So now I am importing our reducer. So from slash of um, components. No, after uplifting our set, we have to go to Redux slash reducers reducer. Okay, so now I'm passing this reducer here. Okay, now I'm exporting this store. Okay, so here action types are defined, actions are defined, reducer defined, and store is also defined. So now we have to use this store on the top of our component like app container. So to use our store we have to import provider, import provider from React Redux. So this is our middleware to connect our component with store. So now I am wrapping this provider on top of our component. Provider. So now I am passing. Now I am also importing the store also here. Import store from where is our store? Like okay. So now I'm going to the components. Components. After that, inside the Redux. After components, store only. Okay. So now I am passing this store our to component. What's the wrong? Could not find the module in the path of components and store. So mm, okay. Could not find. Something is wrong in no store. What is that? Um, okay. So now we are ready to accessing the store within our component. So now I'm going to our component here. What I had to do, we had to importing our action here. Import what is our action, like do. I will copy my action here. Okay, our action from components. Within our components, we are going to Redux state. Within the Redux action. Okay, so okay, here to access the state we have to use two functions, two methods like map state to dispatch, map state to props, and map dispatch to props. So first I have to define the map state to props, like const map state to props, so which accepts our state, so which gonna return something like our count value here, state dot count, something mistake, yeah. Okay, so map state is defined. Now we have defined the map dispatch, const props, so which accepts one dispatch method, dispatch here, so which is also return our defined actions here. So which what is our action, like do increment count, which is our action here. So now I am returning the callback function like dispatch of do increment count. Okay, so here I define the map state to props and map dispatch to props, but these two methods are connected with our components. So for that there is a middleware like import connect from React Redux. So now I am using this component here. So within the connect I have to define these two methods here. So these methods are connected with our component now. So these two methods can send props to our component, so we are getting props here. So within the props what we have, within the props we have count state and dispatch method. So for that accessing props dot count, this should be our count value. So now here I am getting value, initial value is 0. So now I am getting the props count here. So now we install this dispatch method in our component. So for that when we click on the button, so our component will be triggered. So on that case we have to use on click property here, on click of what we have to use here, props dot do increment. Now I can copy this method and paste here. Yeah, that's it. Now it's working fine. So when we are clicking on the button, so it will trigger automatically and send a action to our store, and it will reduce our state, so based on the count. So that's it. Thank you friends for watching this video till the end. So please subscribe to my channel. So I will see you later. I will get back to you with another story in the React side. So thank you so much.